I'm storyteller and author Pleasant Despain, and you have a wonderful imagination. Welcome to Pleasant Journeys. My story for today is called Granddaughter's Sled, and it's a tale from Russia. It's found in my collection, 33 Multicultural Tales to Tell. Let's begin. It was a long time ago in rural Russia that there was a man named Ivan who lived in a small village with his elderly father and his daughter. And one day he tied his father's onto his daughter's sled and said that he was going to take him into the woods. "Wait," said his daughter, "why are you taking grandfather into the woods? He's so weak, he's so old, he can't cut down trees or even pick berries at this point." "Yes, daughter, that is so. And unfortunately, that is why I have to take him into the woods." "Can I go along with you?" she asked. "Well, yes, but don't ask any more questions." You see, it was the custom of that time that when one reached a certain age where they were no longer able to work and help support the family and the village, well, there was no other choice but to take them into the woods and leave them to die. Well, as Ivan pulled the sled with his father tied to it deep into the woods, the granddaughter, she ran behind and she plucked wild flowers for her grandfather when they got into the center of the woods. Ivan said, "I am so sorry, Father, but I must leave you here." "Wait," said the granddaughter. You can't leave grandfather here. He will starve or he will be eaten by wolves." "Yes, I know," said Ivan. "It's a very difficult thing to do, but we have no choice." Well, the granddaughter thought about it for a moment and said, "All right, Father, but we must take my sled back with us." "Why?" asked Ivan. "Because one day, when you are older, I'll need to use it to bring you into these woods." Ivan frowned and thought for a moment. "You are right, daughter. This isn't anything we should do. We'll take my father back home, but we have to hide him. We can't let any of the villagers know that he's still alive. They will not understand." "Very well," she said, "we won't tell a soul." And they got back and they hid Ivan's father in a back room, and they didn't tell anyone. They gave him food and bread daily and took good care of him. But then a famine came to the region. It was rather serious, and people started eating anything and everything they could find. And before long, they had eaten all the wheat and all the rye and even the seeds for the next season. And before long, there was no more food and people were starving. And Ivan went to the back room with a very small piece of old hard bread for his father. And he said, "I'm so sorry, Dad. It's just that everyone is starving." "Oh," said the old man. "Well, there is something you could do." "What?" said Ivan. Well, the barn that is thatched. You must remove the thatch from the barn and thresh it, thresh it, thresh it. You'll find enough rye seeds in that thatch that you'll get more than a handful, and you can plant it and you'll have a good crop. And Ivan did just that. And indeed, he gathered enough seeds, planted them, and before long there was a crop of rye. And the village people were so grateful. And most of them survived. And one of the men said to Ivan, "How did you know to do this?" "Well," said Ivan, "my father told me to do it." "But your father is dead." "He is not," said the granddaughter. "We have kept him in the back room because he is wise. He knows things we don't. He helped save all of us." They agreed. And from that time forth, the people of that village began to respect the elderly. And they made a group decision to no longer take anyone who could not work or help feed the village to take care of them themselves. Well, there ends my story. I hope you enjoyed it. And indeed, you can find my website down below with a direct link to all of my books at Amazon. Please give it a like, if you will. Make a comment. I'll respond. And remember, just as in our lives, there are so many stories yet to tell. Another story to tell next week.